Hey everybody, it's episode 3. Tonight it's episode 4. Episode 3 was last time. I don't know why I forgot it. Last time was about a man going to Albuquerque. And then I think he stopped for gas. That was it. Oh, but if you haven't seen it yet, there's a dog. Go watch that one. Got a dog in it. This one's called He's Alive. So, it makes a difference from the 30-fathom grave and other such deathly rubber deaths had revisited. This one's a happy one. He's alive. So, what does it mean? And we all know what it means. We all know those words. But why is it called that? That's we already had in the first episode. You could describe it that way. You know, there's a certain it would make sense to describe it that way. We'll just see. Maybe it's just somebody full of life, you know? Somebody, or maybe it's like a little puppet, you know? Like Pinocchio. Or maybe it's Jeff Myrtlebank 2.0. What am I guessing? Not a robot. But maybe a doll or something. Let's just watch it.
The economy of our world have always found the insidious breed of international banks.
He's stirring up trouble.
These are the worshippers of currency.
Greed. Banks.
Their religion is monetary gain.
Nothing's changing.
Their shrine is gold. Their loyalties primarily deal with money.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with money?
The lines lead directly to Palestine. They lead directly to Africa.
Oh, you, dude.
To the Vatican.
Oh, are you religious? Why do you look at you?
There it is. There is a...
Do you hear that? It's a freaking war zone out there. It's like the 4th of July. What's going on? It's the 24th of April. We must be celebrating something. Okay, I think we're done. I think they've run out. This guy's very well dressed, by the way. Very, I don't know, he reminds me of like he's gonna start a revolution, you know what I mean? Not in a good way.
A conspiracy personified by the yellow man.
The what?
By the black man. And
Oh,
by foreigners.
I get it. He's just racist.
You're home, they've taken over your daughters.
Your daughters?
You think that's pretty funny, don't you?
You think that's funny, dude?
You think it's pretty funny that
Gonna
your
come for
country
your
can be sold
daughter?
out.
Well, maybe you ought to do something about it, punk.
Someday this country's gonna wake up.
Oh, wait a second.
On the top.
Oh, someone threw something. Oh, he got you good, dude. You must be a boxer.
No more big speeches?
Did you see that, officers? We got beaten up by some local hoodlums.
Problems, fellas, huh?
They're not from this country.
The communists did this.
Yeah, the communists.
All of them were communists.
Yeah, this guy is definitely the guy that I'm thinking of. What's the title He's Alive got to do with any of this? Hey, fella, did you run away?
Pete, I'm glad you're okay. You get a hot night, you get a mean crowd. I told you guys that.
I tried so hard out there tonight. I couldn't get through. I couldn't get through to any of them.
You need to work on your approach. You know, you need to just soften it a bit. Don't be pointing at people.
Someday they're going to have to listen.
Someday they're gonna cheer.
Someday they will, Pete.
Dennis Hopper. That's what I'm thinking of. Dennis Hopper.
A sparse little man who feeds off his self-delusions.
Oh,
And hungry.
Rod's making judgments. You mean he's some strange ideas, you know, but the cops are not taking him seriously, getting beaten up. All he wants to do is point at people and accuse them of destroying America. Like those damned Irish coming over, taking our jobs. Got into a bit of a, you know how it is.
Wash your face.
A drink? May I have a drink, Ernst?
Have wine. You want some wine?
Oh, bit more.
One sips wine, Peter. This is not medicine.
You were the
Well, I'll
one who
keep that
poured
mind
more
for
in.
next time. You're a good friend, Ernst.
He's just a friend. He's not his father.
You're a good friend.
How do they know each other?
You've known me since I was a kid.
Yeah?
And I used to find you crying at my door late at night. I could pity you then.
And now?
Now you peddle hate on street corners.
It's a point of view. It's a philosophy.
Ah, I know the philosophy. 9 years in a place called Dachau. You know who put me there?
People like you.
A lot of Peter Vollmers.
He's pointing at him now.
Frustrated men, angry men.
How can these two be friends?
You let me come here. You never sent me away.
That's the weakness you scream about on your street corners.
Yeah, if only you were a bit more welcoming.
You're like a father. You're the only thing in the world that I've ever loved.
Wow.
What have I ever had to love? A drunken father used to slam me against the wall. That's why I used to come here, because you were gentle with me, and you talked to me, and you fed me, and you took care of me.
You think he would have turned out the other way, you know?
Rest well.
Maybe he'll have an epiphany, you know? When he's in his dream world. Okay. Oh shit, who's this?
Stop there.
A friend, Mr. Vollmer.
Creep.
Come down, Mr. Vollmer.
Are you a
Come down and we will talk.
you a Nazi? Hello.
Hello, Mr. Vollmer.
How did you know where I was?
Why are you in shadow?
I swear.
Do you look like Hitler?
Your success, Mr. Vollmer,
Is that why he's
will be
in
my success.
darkness?
How do you move a mob, Mr. Vollmer? When you speak to them as if you were a member of the mob. Make their hate your hate. And if they are angry, Mr. Vollmer, give them objects for their anger.
Point at people. He's good at that one.
They say we hate minorities. Minorities. We are the minorities.
Yeah. People like you and me.
Started that way.
Thanks, Hitler, dude.
I think I understand.
They say
Oh,
that
here we go.
hate the minorities. Shall I tell you who the minorities are?
He even has a
We
picture of
are
Hitler
the
behind him.
minorities. Because love of country is the minority.
Look at this, the burning torches.
Because to live,
That guy's like you.
I want you to. We want, and this minority will not stop until it is the majority.
Yeah, they're all on board. Nobody's trying to beat him up.
If I don't get paid, you don't have to hold tomorrow night.
Gibbons, will you cool it?
What seems to be the problem?
Well, we haven't paid the guy.
He gotta have his shekels, gotta have his little old money.
It's the money, or you build a platform in the street.
Oh shit, dude. They might kill you. What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do, Pete? We gotta do something.
What are we gonna do, Pete?
Why don't I educate him? I can do it.
Rough him up a
I
bit.
guarantee it. Yeah.
Somebody left this for you, Pete.
Who?
Hey, money. Well, that'll pay him.
Did you see who left this?
Mysterious
Why didn't?
benefactor.
The message was just for you to get it, that's all.
Did he have a face? Was it all in shadow? Yeah. You don't care. $200 is $200. He'll kneel down for it.
You were great tonight, Pete. You were really something.
Where did you get the ideas?
We're gonna make it now, Frank. Now we're really gonna make it.
End of episode. Happy ending. We're gonna make it, folks. No, it's the dude again.
An excellent performance, Mr. Vollmer.
Is it you?
Okay.
The picture? Is it you?
Thank you.
You learned the style very well.
I'm very obliged.
Any other tips for me?
Are you one of us?
You might say I am you, but there is a matter of great importance that must be taken care of.
What are you talking about? What?
Something to cement the organization together.
Do we have to kill somebody?
A martyr.
A martyr?
You choose one.
Oh, I know which
You
one.
wrap him in a flag. Is there such a one?
Yeah.
You talking to somebody, Pete?
I'd like to wrap you in a flag and stab you.
Tell Frank to come in here. There must be some other way.
If you weaken now, there is no point in going on. Tell him you have discovered an informer. Tell him the informer must be put out of the way.
Yeah?
But put out of the way subtly.
Nick's a friend of mine.
We are allowing him to serve the cause.
Nick's been talking. I think he's been hired by the police.
What do we do, Pete?
Get rid of him.
But-
Make it look like somebody who hates us did.
You know, communist or something?
I understand. You call it, you got it.
Well, he's loyal. Now, how does he make it look like... Ooh. Good Nazi.
We have a murder!
Is their movement growing? The hall is ever fuller? Oh, look. Look what they did to him. The best of us. What?
What's the matter, Stanley?
Stanley, you okay? Do we need to kill you too?
It's nothing, Pete. Nick was my friend, Pete.
Oh,
He's
shit.
a nice guy.
He was a nickel and dime Judas. And he got exactly what he deserved.
Nope.
A decent, courageous fighter. He gave his life for us. He lives in you, and he lives in me.
Oh, they're at the door. Needs a bigger hall.
He's got a voice on him. Used to be people would laugh at him.
I've seen it before. I've seen it all before. But not again. It mustn't happen
So
again.
what are you going to do? Is he going to go over to the hall and say something?
You want a bunch of mongrels.
Oh, shit. He's here.
I've heard it 1,000 times before. It was drivel then, and it is drivel now.
Oh, shit.
You've got to stop Ernst.
A 1963 Führer right off the assembly line? This one is nothing but a cheap copy.
Oh. Do you want me to do it?
Let me get rid of him.
Just leave me alone.
Pete, don't let him do this. Put him down. Put him down.
Yeah, put me down. Put me down. Yeah,
Not in front of the
stifle me. Why don't you?
crowd. Oh, we hit him. The,
The only sort of answer your kind knows how
the
to
reply
give.
of a weak man.
This is your Führer. I give him to you.
He shamed them all. He did pretty well.
Mr. Former,
You were no help, shadow guy.
he cheapened you, Mr. Former. He tore you to pieces.
Yeah?
You direct traffic from the darkness.
Yeah.
I was taking over the world when your universe was a crib.
Who could he be? Oh shit, it's Hitler. Who'd you think it was, Pete? You have a picture of him. And everything. He just sort of ran around the block.
The old man, the Jew. We sent them into the ovens, but always there was a handful
Jeez.
left.
Do you want me to kill him? Is that where you're going
Kill
with
him.
this? Yeah, okay.
Kill the old...
Where'd you get the gun, Hitler? He won't be able to do it.
There's no stopping us now.
An old man stopped you tonight with a few words.
Yeah.
I don't fear you. So you may do what you have in mind at any time you wish.
Is it loaded?
You can never kill an idea with a bullet, Peter.
Hmm. Oh, we did it.
You have steel, but you have no heart.
You gonna regret what you did, or he doesn't look like he's made of steel anymore. Oh, shit.
Peter Vollmer,
That's... No.
we have a warrant for your arrest. Victim's name was Nicholas Bloss.
Who?
That should be... Walk toward us with your hands up.
I didn't kill him. Oh, shit. They got him.
Something very wrong here. I'm made out of steel.
You can't shoot me.
Where will he go next?
Ooh.
Any place, every place. Where there's hate, where there's prejudice, where there's bigotry. He's alive so long as these evils exist. Remember that when he comes to your town. He's alive because through these things, we keep him alive.
This is an important episode. One, it's very, there's some very funny moments, like it's a very serious episode. but having Hitler in shadow, but also having Hitler on the signs, like the pictures behind him. I think choose one, you know? I think don't have him on the signs behind you, so that when he appears, it's more of a shock or something. Although it was pretty obvious it was Hitler from the very first time that we saw him. The whole episode was obvious, you know, what it was about, like the whole thing. It's strange though that Dennis Hopper's character, Pete, he came from a bad upbringing, bad family, kind of ran away. He was taken in by this Jewish guy who was, you know, in Nazi Germany. So this Jew took care of him, raised him. The boy sees him as a father figure. But yet, this guy turns out to be like the opposite of what you would expect, you know? But I guess it's just, you know, people can just turn out that way. And we have to be vigilant. The episode is about being vigilant against the rise of people who use tricks to appeal to people's fears and their, you know, I'm one of you. What do you hate? I hate that too. What do you fear? I fear that too. They say this about us. You know, they say that. And we've seen that over and over in history, and it's a cycle. It's a bit of a cycle, and it's so recent as well that this sort of thing has happened, and it's still happening. Like, to this day, it seems like when the pendulum swings one way, there's pressure on it to swing back again, even though we know we've been to the other side of the pendulum so many times now that could we just stop us swinging so much? Maybe? What do you think, people? Is there room in people's hearts for a bit of acceptance and a bit of compassion and a bit of let's work through things together as a humanity? Does it always have to be an us, them thing? Anyway, it was a good episode. It had some funny moments. I was making fun of it a bit, but it's all part of the charm, isn't it? We got some famous faces. Dennis Hopper, looking very young, but very. I was after Scotty in the last episode. I wasn't letting anybody famous get past my filter. It was like, this guy, I know him. I thought maybe it was going to be a dream. You know, when he fell asleep that time, I thought, everything from here. Because the first thing he sees when he opens his eyes is Hitler. So it would feed into the whole, it's just a dream. And everything did have a dreamlike quality. Things were happening quickly. The townspeople went from, who's this guy? What are you saying? Something about money? I agreed with them about the money thing. About the elites. Wealth inequality. You know, all that stuff is great. But the pointing the fingers, and it's your fault, and it's your fault. I didn't see any bankers in the crowd. Did you? And then suddenly the whole town was there at a meeting, going, "Hey, I like this. Oh, look at this guy's flaming torches. He knows what look at Hitler. Remember him? It was 20 years ago. Remember how we loved him? Remember how we weren't at war with him? Remember? Yeah. What's going on? Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true to life. Maybe 18 years after World War II, people in America were thinking, you know, that Hitler had the right idea. Were they? Really? I mean, I know nowadays that is true, but so close to World War II, I guess it must be. Rod decided to make an episode about it. He could see it. He could see it coming. He could see it rustling in the wind. He was on top of that shit. He was like, are you kidding me? I've been in war? Freaking kidding me with this shit? That's why he made the episode. Calling out their bullshit straight away. Don't let it infect your town. Don't let it infect your mind. Where are you now, Rod? Anyway, that was... He's alive. Oh, it's Hitler. Suddenly dawned on me what the title of the episode meant. But yeah, what Rod is saying at the end, Hitler is alive. He's alive as long as his ideology exists. As long as people think we're better than them. And our way should be everybody's way. And we're going to do it with force. And we're going to rustle up fear and violence, you know? So, that's that episode. Hopefully next week's episode isn't something I have to... I can just relax and be a bit more carefree about. You know? Can't make jokes about the Holocaust. That's... you gotta be careful. Next one, it's called Mute. So, I won't have to say anything at all. I'll be happy. I'll sit here going, Will it be like the silence? Will it be like... Or maybe it'll be just really loud, you know? So come back for Mute next time. And if Hitler appears to you in the street, tell him to go. Tell him you don't want anything. Go away, Hitler. And that's what you should say to him. Not today. No sirree. No sir. Especially if he's all shadowy and stuff. Ooh. Probably should avoid people who are talking to you in the shadows to begin with. Good advice. See you next time for Mute. Have a good evening.